Yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Ashton Jackson. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Monday night preview of the Dallas Cowboys versus Los Angeles Chargers. So before we hop into the video, I'd appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content, man. So what I normally like to do, I like to go over the injury report for both teams, and then I'll eventually go over the ways and how we beat this team. So right now, for the Chargers, who were listed on the injury report are shown right here. The one that I am looking, I'm keeping a close eye on is the outside linebacker, or just really a defensive end, Joey Bosa. He had a toe injury and he did not practice Thursday or Friday. I am making this video on Friday, so I don't know what his practice report will be on Saturday, but it looks like right now that he might not be able to play, which is kind of a key thing for the Dallas Cowboys, because now that's one less pass rusher Dallas Cowboys don't have to really account for. And really, I'm pretty sure in his place, they're probably going to want to put Ricky Tuli Topolotu out of USC. He was a second-round draft pick. A good guy out of USC. He's no slouch, but Joey Bosa is a way better player than Tuli is right now. So that's something I've been keeping my eye on. Defensive line, Nick Williams did not practice on Friday. He's probably going to be helping in their rotation of their defensive line. And really, for the Dallas Cowboys, we've been catching a little bit of break on the injury list when it comes in terms of we did get good news that CJ Goodwin is going to delay his surgery and seeing if he can come back and help the team further on special teams. Shouts out to Patrick Nosey Walker. He did speak to Cavante Turpin and what was listed as a high ankle sprain. And when he did go talk to Cavante Turpin, he said it was more like a low ankle sprain, which is way better than a high ankle sprain. And he has been practicing all during the practices all throughout the week. He's been a full participant. So that also is a key upgrade for our special teams and our offense, since we do know that we do incorporate Cavante Turpin into our offense, which was the only person who scored against the 49ers last week. But Marquise Bell, Tyler Biotish, all practice. Damone Clark was limited, which is fine. But of course, we're really thin at that linebacker spot. And Hankins didn't practice, not injury related. It was a rest day, more an illness. But I just think they had to put something there for the injury report. And the offensive line was more of a, everyone practiced. You had a veteran rest day for Tyron Smith. And then Wanye Thomas did not practice the past 2 days with a hamstring issue. And I'm looking at keep an eye on that, because we were probably going to rely on him, especially knowing that our safety room hasn't been playing that well, and we're going to need Wanye down the line. So that you kind of want to keep an eye on. And sad news, Leighton Vander Esch is on IR. He's going to be missing 4 to 6 weeks. Thankfully, we have a bye week coming up. So, that gives him an extra time to rest and things of that nature. Donovan Wilson was a full participant, and Nashawn Wright was a full participant as well. And speaking about him, Mike McCarthy did talk about they did open up his 21-day activation window coming back from IR. So we have 21 days to bring him up to either the practice squad or the active roster, because if we don't, then that can turn into a punishment for the Dallas Cowboys, and then I think we'll be forced to put him on season-ending IR if we don't bring back Nashawn Wright. So really, for the Dallas Cowboys, in terms of this game and us winning it, is really determining on, can they involve their playmakers? How bad do they want to win this game? And can they come in with a level head? And the reason why I'm speaking about a level head is because the Dallas Cowboys last week took that game way too personal than what they should have. I think they should have gone in there more level-headed, still with aggression, but like I was saying, a controlled aggression when I was talking about the football game. I was saying you go in there with intent to, stick it to the Niners, but you play cool, calm, collected football. We didn't do that. We weren't shotgun. We were doing a lot of different things that were taking us out of our element. And we were trying to be a brand new football team against the 49ers, when if we just played our game like how we were doing the past, those 3 weeks, 3 out of the 4 weeks when you got your blowout victories, if you, stuck to those keys of those offense, I think we would have been fine against the Niners. But, woulda, coulda, shoulda, you didn't finish it. You didn't do the job. Now it's on to the Chargers for a Monday Night Football. And my first, major key to this game is get back to the basics. Offense. You want to use your motions to dictate coverage. It's that simple. A lot of the great teams that utilize motion, they end up winning a lot of football games. Look at the Dolphins. Look at the Niners. The Rams are not really a good example because they haven't been winning a lot of football games, but they've been in a lot of football games and been scoring a lot of points because they're simply moving their playmakers in and out of the slot, outside, putting them in different positions to where that the defense has to react to them, and it can dictate coverage and show the defense's hand once you move and utilize your best playmaker. Again, you want to target your playmakers. Again, when you're coming into these high profile games, you're playing against other teams that has great playmakers as well. You have to match that intensity by giving the ball to your playmakers as well. That's what the Niners did. That's why they blew us out. The Cardinals did the same thing. Any good team that wins a lot of football games year in and year out, the Chiefs with Kelsey, and then Isaiah Pacheco, a lot of those teams, they put the ball in the hands of their playmaker and they watch them work. I think that's what the Cowboys need to do offensively. Defense, go back to playing sound football. Don't be overshooting gaps, overshooting your run lanes. Don't be lining up all offsides, and don't be lining up as tight end J-Ron Curse. Communicate. Let's tackle a little bit better. Things of that nature, right? Let's get back to the basics. Let's run the ball. The Chargers, they gave up 141 yards to the Tennessee Titans and 130 yards to the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams who don't have great offensive lines, they do have really good backs. Both teams. Alexander Madison, he's solid. Um, Tajay Spears and Derrick Henry, they're a really great 1-2 punch in the league. And I think that we can run the ball as well. Rico Dowdle, he's a hard physical runner. Tony Pollard, we know what Tony Pollard is. He's a home run hitter, and he can easily break a tackle or two and take it to the house, right? If he isn't running, scared, or anything like that, if he's following his lead box, anything like that, he'll be fine, right? Attack the middle of the field. That's where Dak Prescott is at his best, is throwing the ball in the middle of the field. Let's do that. They run a lot of cover two. And let's attack the middle of the field, guys. I mean, we haven't been doing that. Again, put the ball in the hands of your playmakers, CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Cooks. This is their game for them to get going. And especially let's gain our confidence before we go into the bye week. Get Cooks some targets. Get CeeDee Lamb focused, and let's get him into the game. Get him early ball movement. Get him motioning, easy targets. Something that can get Dak Prescott going. So that's why when we need to rely on CeeDee Lamb down later in the game, he isn't out of it. He doesn't, he isn't mad or anything like that. Let's keep him in the game. Keep him in it as much as we can. So that's why, we can keep him happy and things like that. But again, let's win this football game by any means necessary. And let's stop trying to be conservative. Let's not try to go out with the year because you're listening to national media to lower Dak Prescott's interception. Us be more aggressive and be a 12, 13 win football team than us be a 9, 10 win football team, maybe on the cusp of 11. And then we get first round exited because we're being too conservative on offense. Who cares what the outside people are thinking? Of course, with Dak Prescott being more aggressive, of course, just don't blatantly throw the ball to the defense. Let's push our chances. Let's utilize our playmakers. Let's get Dak Prescott to his fullest. Let's stop trying to play conservative football, because that's how you lose football games. When you play the game and you coach the game of not to try to lose a football game, 90% you lose the football game. So let's go out there and let's try to win the football game, right? Penalties. The goal is less than 5. You had 6 last week against the San Francisco 49ers, but it just seemed like you had 50 penalties, especially with how the game went. You had 6, which isn't totally bad, but again, you want to lower that number when you're playing other teams that can score a lot of points, right? And let's cover on the back end. The Chargers, they are a high-scoring football team. They average 28 points a game, and your pass defense hasn't really been that well. And I think you can get home. Max Crosby had a game, and I think this is where Micah Parsons can really eat, because him playing linebacker, that's where the best Micah Parsons we've ever gotten on this football team was his rookie year, when you had Gregory, DeMarcus Lawrence, and those plethora of pass rushers, to where when you did have Micah Parsons play linebacker, he was easily getting a lot of his sacks in the interior, and that's where he got most of his sacks as a career, in his professional career, was in the interior on guards and centers who can't keep up with Micah Parsons and his speed. Let's utilize that. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to have a pretty good game. I think whoever is on Rashawn Slater, I think that's where we need to put our best run defender on that end, whether that's Sam Williams, Chauncey Golston, or Dorrance Armstrong. And let's try and get takeaways, because Justin Herbert, he will give you the ball. And last but not least, let's stop the run. They have Austin Eckler, Joshua Kelly. They have those many plethora of weapons that they can run the ball with. Of course, they want to do jet sweeps with Quentin Johnston, Palmer. So let's try and key in on the stop the run. So that's why we can make them one dimensional, force them to pass, and their offensive line is not that great, and we can get to Justin Herbert. He isn't the easiest to bring him down, but I think we can bring him down with the players that we do have on this team. So before we hop out to the video, uh, get back to the basics overall. Offense, use your motion, target your playmakers. Defense, play sound football. Let's run the ball. Chargers gave up 141 to the Tennessee Titans, 130 to Minnesota. Let's attack the middle of the field, play a lot of cover two. This is where Ferguson, Cooks, and Lamb can all get involved and have some of their biggest days. And then let's watch the penalties. Let's cover on the back end. The defensive line should eat in this game. Let's get some takeaways and let's stop the run. That's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.